For the very first time in the series, Naruto and Kurama are finally separated, in my review of Naruto chapter 660. Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, Mele Kalikimaka, guys! It is Christmas, and today we got an awesome gift. It was a great chapter of Naruto, and this one had a lot of tension, and it's going to have some stuff in it that is going to have massive repercussions on the remainder of the series. Let's just go ahead and get the most important part of this chapter out of the way before I talk about Shukaku, and that is Naruto and Kurama have been separated from each other. Madara has ripped the chakra away from him, and this is the very first time in the series since Naruto's birth that he has not been with Kurama. And this is going to be a massive deal because I don't know what's going to happen to Naruto. If he's anything like Obito, he's probably going to be weakened by having Kurama extracted from him. And even though Kurama is gone for the moment, I do have a feeling he is going to return. However, I think it's finally time for Naruto to rely on all the things that Jiraiya taught him, and all of the things that he learned from Fukasaku, all of the Toad Sages, because this is the perfect opportunity to show why Sage Mode is so important to the series. And it'll sort of relate Naruto even more to the Sage of the Six Paths. You know, Sage, you see where I'm going with this? The point is, at the end of the chapter, my mouth just dropped open. I did not see this coming, and the main reason is because throughout the course of the chapter, it was basically Madara trying to rip all of the chakra away, and then this one Zetsu pops up, and he tells him that you have to start taking them in order. You have to start from the 1 tails, and the 2, and the 3, and so on. And somehow I felt this is going to be like a delay for Naruto to be able to get out of this, but no, he's been separated, and I'm also curious as what's going on with Killer Bee as well. There was a scene where he was getting attacked, and you could see that the 8 Tails Gyuki had one of his tentacles cut off. I especially loved the backstory that they gave to Shukaku, and I love Shukaku. I love everything about him, his design, his characteristics. And what I love most about this backstory is how not only does it relate things to the Sage of the Six Paths, but it also gives us a little bit more of an explanation as to that weird stuff that Gaara has on his head, which they've brought that stuff up before, but I love the way it works in this chapter. Essentially, in this backstory, Shukaku and his Jinchuriki are locked up by the other Sand Ninja, and they basically treat this guy like crap. And this is not helping the case for Shukaku at all, because he already resents mankind, he resents the fact that he's been sealed in someone, but at the same time, his Jinchuriki is a very kind-hearted person, and he essentially reminds him of the Sage of the Six Paths. And he's trying to let him know there really shouldn't be a distinction between Bijou, between human, and that every single person has their hidden heart within them where they want everybody to sort of accept each other, to accept love. And you can see that he has the same markings that Gaara has on both of his hands, and when he puts them together, that's when it forms the mark that he puts on his head. And I love the transition from that flashback to the actual scene where Gaara is actually trying to help Shukaku out with this massive attack that Madara is doing. And that's really the bulk of the chapter here, but damn if it wasn't handled well. I especially love flashbacks that are new flashbacks, that expand upon the story and give you a much better appreciation for things. Like, I love that they included that thing with Gaara and the symbols on the guy's hand. And there's even this other thing where Shukaku was like enamored by Gaara over the fact that he's doing all of this, and it reminds him of this Japanese legend, which I'm not going to get into because frankly I don't know a lot about. But I liked that when I was reading the manga this week, they gave you a little note reminding you about what that was. All in all the other stuff was really good. All of the artwork was good. All of the action. All of the massive panels of all the Bijou being dragged into the Ghetto Mazo. And Madara is just as ruthless as ever, and he really just doesn't give a crap. He just wants to complete his plan and rule the friggin' world. But at the end of the day, it's that final page that's just so devastating. Especially the look on Naruto's face. You can just see like how shocked he is and how freaked out he is. And I can just only imagine. And what makes it even more cliffhangery is the fact that you don't get like a full look of him. You just get like just his eyes, how shocked he is by the situation. And that I just cannot wait to see what's going to happen in the next chapter, like how he's going to react to this. And even if he's going to be able to stand on his own 2 legs, I imagined after having Kurama's chakra ripped from him, especially when he was in that mode, that he's probably going to be weak as hell. However, he is the main character, so he does have a little bit of plot armor on his side. And, you know, I can't expect anything to happen too soon. And if any of you guys have heard, there was actually an interview over the course of like the last week, I think, where Kishimoto was talking about like when Naruto is going to be ending or when it might be ending. And it might happen over the course of the next year, maybe, maybe not. You know, with seeing this and everything, they still have quite a bit to wrap up. And I can honestly see it going on for another year and a half. And I kind of hope it does, because when they can insert these little scenes like the Shukaku flashback, if it works within the confines of the story, I like it. and I thought it was really good this week. So I really have no complaints with this one. I'm glad that we got this chapter on Christmas, and I'm glad that it was good. It was just like Bleach. Both Bleach and Naruto this week were just friggin' stellar, and it's a shame that Christian can't be here for this one, but still, we got to talk about it a little bit when I came home tonight, and he said it was really good, and I can just imagine the Naruto fan base right now is freaking out over that final page this week. So, I loved this one. It was incredible. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. I loved every single thing about it. The action, the flashbacks, the artwork, which was really, really good, and of course that final page, which was just a complete shocker. So, there it is, 10 out of 10. If you're following the series, you must check this chapter out. So now that you guys have had a chance to hear my thoughts, how did you feel about this week's chapter of Naruto? Do you have any favorite moments? Any predictions for what's going to be happening in the future? What's going to happen to Naruto? Is he going to be completely weakened? Is he going to be useless in the battle? Will he no longer get any more power-ups or be able to reunite with Kurama? You can let me know with your comments below. And remember guys, before you leave, hit that like button. Give this video a thumbs up. Definitely one of the best ways to support our videos. So, I'll see you next time guys. Season's greetings. Super Kami Guru 9000. Out.